Hi everyone, and welcome to second to premiere this year. Instead of calling this mental health check, I'm gonna actually call this weekend because I sometimes talk about my mental health in here, sometimes don't. And I've been floating towards this for like the past month and a half, but now you guys know. But if you're watching this from Instagram, it's still gonna be underneath my mental health check playlist because I'm still talking about mental health somewhere on here. But with that being said, how are you guys been? Once again, I am sorry I didn't post when I was supposed to. My bad on that. My bad about that. Starting a new job, and actually it's being a job that's saying they're gonna give you 40 hours and they're giving it to you because you're constantly working and moving and awesomeness. But that being said, it's been an interesting week, which we're going to go into my mental health first before I go into the topic I want to talk about for this week, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. Mental health wise, I've been okay. Been okay. Taking my medication like I'm supposed to. But I have came to terms with something which I don't want to talk about on here yet. But I realized something I was doing last year that was helping me. Sorry. I know I played my hair too much on here. But anyways, I'm trying to get it off my microphone, off my mic. But where you're not seeing my bra. Okay. Alright. I'm deciding I'm gonna go back on something that actually was helping me last year. And actually had me where I was taking lesser dosage of my medication. I wasn't adding on anything. So I'm going back to that because it actually was helping a lot. And I'm studying more about it, learning more about it, and I want to talk about that completely, but on my podcast because I don't know how, because I still post these on YouTube, how it's going to be taken. But with that being said, beyond that, I've been pretty good. I'm getting used to my new job, trying to remember this time I'm not a manager, which is interesting. I've been a manager for the last 4 years. Yeah, because 3 at Walmart. Well, 2 at Walmart. So 3 years. 3 years. And 1 at my last job. Which, I mean, I don't care if anyone knows about it. I worked at Five Below for a year. And all I have to say is that company needs to do a lot more better. Because as a company as a whole, it's not great. But we're going to keep going. I'm trying to remember. I'm not a manager this time. You're just at the bottom. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. I'm trying to film during the day because I gotta be going to bed early. Hold on. Sorry about that. My kids are up. I gotta go to bed early because I have things I have to do in the morning. So I can't even do my podcast tonight. But when you guys see this, it'll be later in the week. Not unless I decide to put it out tonight. But anyways, which we're gonna go into the topic for this week. This week, which is very going on with the atmosphere, especially on YouTube recently. And I'm gonna touch base more on this on my podcast this week when I'm able to podcast this week. And I'm gonna talk about it, which is cancel culture. Do you guys really feel like cancel culture is going to work? And it's getting thrown around a lot, and especially with the situation with Shane Dawson, Tati, and Jeffree Star, and James Charles, all that. It's coming up a lot. And I am going to talk about that situation whole on my podcast, but I just want to talk about the part of cancel culture. And how do you feel personally how cancel culture will work in this society? Because yeah, we're bringing up everyone's past. We're canceling them. And I think this is the first time in a while I've actually seen the cancellation happening, and it's actually going. Granted, I feel like this ain't gonna end well, in a sense, especially for Shane. I mean, right now it's not ending well. He has been demonetized completely on YouTube, all 3 channels. So like his income was cut. Morphe took the conspiracy stuff out. Now they're fighting about if they're gonna even keep his merch up on Killer Merch. And it's just crazy. It is very much crazy. But I feel like with cancel culture, bro. I feel like with cancel culture, I feel like if it's done the right way, it'll work. But I feel like the best way to make it work is, yeah, we can sit here on our keyboards all day and talk all this hella shit, find all these hella receipts on how terrible this person is. But you want to really show how you cancel someone, especially if they're a business person, you don't spend your money there. You stop that coin. Stop that coin from going to them. Fun and simple. I was about to actually buy the restock of the conspiracy palette and all that because I missed it the first time. Because I actually, at the time, really liked them. And I wanted to support Shane and stuff like that. Because he really did look like he enjoyed the makeup community and stuff like that. And then he decided to go and drop that 5-page letter on Twitter. Which I do have copies of it. Because he deleted it. I don't know if I'm gonna read that on my podcast, but yeah. That letter was his own injection of death in a sense. Because Shane could have came out so many other ways about this whole situation. But instead, he came out and he blamed the whole beauty community, drama community. You're all clowns. Oh, why are you causing all this drama? Oh, yes, James deserved a big piece of humble pie. And forgot that he had quite a bit of bad shit in his channels. Channels that was still up. Videos that was very much still up. And you're probably wondering, Brandy, how did you like him? And those videos were up. I didn't start watching Shane till, I want to say 4 years ago. And I mainly watched the Shane channel. I didn't know about the Shanae channel. And then Shane Glosson came up recently. So I was subscribed to Shane Glosson. But I mainly watched him because of the conspiracy videos. Because that's when I really got into conspiracies and stuff like that. And I liked his conspiracy videos. And then I started liking some of the other videos. Then I subscribed to his fiance, Rylan. And all this other stuff. But seeing the things come out from the past. The blackface, I was kind of like, well, maybe, like back then it was, people had shitty jokes in the early 2000s. And it was bad. It was bad. Either way you put it, it's not excusable. It was bad. What was my towards that situation? I unsubscribed and I'm done. I will not support him in no means. Is the Will Smith stuff and also the pedophilia jokes. And then to top it off, him and his ex-girlfriend were making a cake. And it was a black girl on the back of on the cake. And he said something about, I hope the cake doesn't come out nappy like the girl. That is personally, honestly, that was it for me. Because of the fact, I have a daughter. She's mixed. She's biracial. But I've had to teach her since she was 5. Because she is picking up from media that nappy is something bad. Because it was one year, this is going to sound terrible, but one year for Christmas, I let her pick out her own gifts. Because mama didn't know what to buy. And also, I was trying to hopefully find like something she would like. And at that time, she really wanted a Baby Alive doll. So I tried to convince her, like how my mom did, hey, you should get the black doll. And she told me no. And I asked her why. She said because the doll was nappy. And I've never told her nappy is bad. She might have seen it because at that time I wore only wigs. I didn't really wear, I don't really wear my natural hair now. But that's also because it's easier for me to wake up in the morning, throw this in a ponytail, and walk the fuck out than me waking up 45 to an hour early, doing my hair, then throwing it in a ponytail and walking the fuck out. So it's out of laziness. Hold on. The life of a single parent never ends. But I feel like I've been teaching my daughter now. She's 12. And I'm teaching her now. Her hair can be as pretty as she wants it to be. And it won't be nappy. If you do your hair and you do what you're supposed to do your hair, it won't be nappy. And I feel like things like that out there, and saying that it's nappy, oh, it's nappy, and making it seem bad to have black hair, it's not good. Not at all. And I feel like I was part of the problem at first. But I also see it's way too much media that brings that narrative to our kids. And someone I supported was saying something like that. No, I was done. And I don't want to get any more into it, but I will say this. I feel like all four, them. But like I was saying before, all four need to be canceled. Because all four, there's no one innocent in this situation anymore. No one. I'm not going to be saying like what Shane said that, James deserved a piece of humble pie. No, that's not it. But James ain't innocent because James loves stealing people Instagram beauty gurus looks and claiming that they're his and not giving people these credits that they deserve. James is very well with that. And for those allegations to come out as big as they did, there's some shroud of truth in there. And it's about the P word. I'm not going to say it because I don't know how to edit certain words out. So I'll just say it and it'll be there. But we all know what the P word is. And unfortunately, there was no one innocent. Because even Tati, you've been unproblematic on this format for years. And I watched Tati for years, since like the beginnings. Because I used to get all my mascara choices from her. She's the reason why I start using Physicians Formula. It was a lot. And you just one day, for someone that you mentored and said that he was like a kid to you, brought out a Tupac hit 'em up style video and calling out all this shit, and now you're saying it's because you wanted him to put his phone down. I'm gonna say it like this: there's other ways, especially if you were supposed to be his mentor and you're supposed to be showing him the right way, and especially if y'all were so close that you say you are, because it could have been simply handled as having a mediation, having an intervention with him and his parents. Because if you're so close to him, guess what? You could have got his parents involved, because he is 19. You could have got his parents involved, sat him down and said, James, this isn't right. What you're doing here is not right. Not at all. Simple. And Jeffree Star's been problematic for fucking years. That's how he got famous, is being problematic. Ever since MySpace days. It's like he would say anything, do anything to make people notice him. He earned his money off of the situation. Now he's chilling. Now, if the accusations about him being the ringleader isn't true, he needs to come out and say something. But right now, he's staying silent like, so, I got my money. What y'all bitches gonna do? Like, really? He don't care what happened now because he's good. He got his money. He's good. I feel like there's no one innocent in this situation. No one at all. And it's going to hurt, especially for Tati, because Tati's one of the longest ones I watched. I only watched Change for maybe like 6 months. And I was kind of tired of him stealing people's looks and not giving them credit. Or like literally him and Nikki tutorials were filming the same thing. Like, why am I going to watch her and watch you? So I stuck to watching Nikki tutorials. But, and then being shady, putting out shirts saying uncancelable. I feel like you need to have several seats too, sweetie. There's no one innocent in this situation. And this is the other thing I'm going to talk about on my podcast. This is YouTube's fault. In a sense. I feel like it's YouTube's fault. Because YouTube lets problematic gurus and problematic people grow higher than someone who's unproblematic. Someone who's probably not doing half this bullshit. They got their own brand. They're doing all this shit they're supposed to be doing in life. But they're probably sitting with baby 85,000, 60,000, all this other stuff. That's just like that shit with Gabby Hanna talking about, no one's watching my videos. They ghosted me. They're ghost banning me. No, Gabby, your music is trash. Your fucking book is damn near Twitter post. YouTube needs to stop making the problematic YouTubers outshine the people who, well, let's say unproblematic. The problematic YouTubers outshine the ones who are actually getting their shit together and doing stuff on this platform. The people who are actually doing decent things. If people choose to subscribe to them, that's fine. But why does Gabby get to complain and bam, she's on trending lists? Being a whole ass Karen. She's being the Karen of YouTube. It makes no sense. No one's watching my videos. Because it's trash. And most of your fans are realizing it's trash. But we're moving on. And then, yeah. I've been wanting to talk about it on my podcast for a while, especially the Gabby Hanna situation. Because that is entitlement at its finest. And being a Karen at its finest. Because she made, few videos on this shit? And then to top it off, you have your fans who are under 8. You're saying it's okay. Yeah, Gabby's another one that needs to be canceled. There's a whole bunch of people on my list that needs to be canceled off this damn platform. Because it's quite a bit of people who's up here just doing what they feel like it. And it's okay. And it's not okay. This shouldn't be happening. Like, and it's kind of sad that we hold YouTubers, people like me, who do videos here, up to a higher standard than we do people who's running our fucking country. People who are supposed to be making laws and rules and bills for us. Because I bet you anything, the same person who's saying that Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson needs to be canceled is over here wearing a Trump shirt. I'm not saying not everyone, because I can't stand Trump, but I do feel like all 4 now need to be canceled. Everybody. There's a whole list. Because I'm also not thrilled about one of the names that they're starting to throw out and talk about. Oh, we need to protect her. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I do feel like there's some people who's now saying fuck Jeffree Star, who a few months ago, when we were all underneath this National House Arrest event, was out here getting money when Jeffree was handing it out. But now you saying fuck him, and we need to keep Jackie Aina protected at all costs. That's a whole nother bag of worms, because I'm not a big fan of hers either. But as I was saying, cancel culture will only work if we stick to our word. But we also need to take that cancel culture to matters that actually matter. Because it's easy with YouTubers. Don't watch their shit. Unsubscribe. Don't watch them. If they're putting out palettes, don't buy it. They're putting out shirts, don't buy it. They're putting out crappy books, don't buy them. Show them you want nothing else to do with them. That's simple. But what about the politicians? The people that we're putting in the office that's making these... Fly got all up in my view. But we put our lives in these people's hands. And I don't hear as many people are making as many votes, or they're being as vocal. That's what I need to say. As vocal as they are about YouTuber shit. Or like Black Lives Matter. Like this mayor who refuses to press charges on the killers of Breonna Taylor. You only fired one. And that's it. And you're talking about, oh, I won't let no one. Cool. Is this a voting year for you? Okay, just know, pack your bags, you need to go. That's what it needs to be now. We need to be as vocal and problematic and canceling on these politicians and these people who's supposed to be voting and supposed to be making rules that we live. And furthermore, wow, I didn't realize I made this video as long as it was. But I am going to talk more about cancel culture. I don't want to go too much more into it because I didn't realize this is going to be that long. My bad. Sorry. I've been really thinking about it, and I pre-filmed last week's video. So, with that being said, I might cut this off here, continue it on my podcast, which I'm going to probably do that tomorrow after everything I got to do in the morning, unless I get called into work. But, with that being said, I know the quote of this week is, if you're gonna say you don't want to deal with someone, stick to your word. Don't go back and forth with it. Not at all. You stick to your word and stand in it. I don't care if this person turns into Mother Teresa after. You still saw him as the devil he was. So stick to it. And with that being said, I will see you guys next week. Bye.